Welcome to Brakedown, where in only a few minutes I'll teach you all the tips and tricks you need to know to win in Marvel Rivals, no time wasted. I'm Brake, and today we're talking Adam Warlock. If you're looking to play a strategist that has unique abilities like splitting damage among his team, strong burst healing, great damage, and even the ability to revive himself or multiple allies, then you're in the right place. Starting off, we have Adam Warlock's left click, Quantum Magic. You should have a pretty high uptime with this ability, but keep in mind you will need to be relatively close to optimize damage dealt, as falloff starts at 20 meters. As such, playing around your tanks and natural cover is crucial to mastering Adam. On the topic of peeking, if you're under heavy pressure or you're finding it hard to deal continuous damage with your primary fire, Adam's secondary fire comes in handy. In exchange for being unable to deal critical hit damage, Cosmic Cluster allows Adam to store up to 5 projectiles and unleash them in a barrage at once. This can be extremely useful at removing placeable objects like Nemora's Monstro, Punisher's Turret, and Loki's runes or clones, so cleaning those up for your team can allow you to continue to get value throughout a fight. Also, a little pro tip here, you can still charge 5 projectiles even if you only have 1 ammo in your weapon, which technically allows you a few extra bullets before you need to reload. On to Adam's shift, Soul Bond. Soul Bond allows Adam to flex in a huge way. If you're being dove, it can be used to split damage among yourself and your allies, it can be used on an engagement to split damage among everyone, and it can be used to buy your team extra time to kill or kite a threat when they're using an ultimate. Additionally, it grants a 10 per second heal over time, which, if you're splitting between your whole team, can pack a lot of punch. This, paired with Adam's next ability, Avatar Lifestream, makes him able to turn fights and step on the gas to win engagements very effectively. This ability is his main source of healing, and it's very unique. It heals for 95, but can bounce to nearby allies to provide them an additional 95 healing. This can bounce 2 times, effectively allowing 285 healing to be split among your teammates when used. Additionally, it will give Adam a lesser heal on cast. If cast when no allies are around, he'll get the lesser heal as well as 1 use of Avatar Lifestream on himself. This might sound a bit unintuitive, but trust me, once you start playing him, it's so smooth. Something interesting you can do with this is, since it bounces, if you have an ally who is full health in your line of sight and one nearby them who is low and out of your range, by casting your heal on your ally with full HP, the wounded ally will still receive healing. The downside of this ability is that it uses charges, which are on a 6-second cooldown. Because of this, Adam can get overwhelmed in a prolonged fight and run out of charges if you're not careful. That said, his ability to literally bring his team back to life can offset this struggle and can even turn a lost fight into a 1 game. So Adam's final ability, Karmic Revival, is his ultimate. I'm sure you've seen clips of big 5-man reses, but oftentimes you're better off using it to pick 1 or 2 allies back up before the fight spirals out of control. This will allow them to come back, get healed, and re-engage as a whole team. If your whole team is dead except for you, you're likely going to be hunted down, and since allies come back at 100 HP, they can be easily killed if this is not used wisely. Something really cool about this ultimate is it actually revives your teammates at the location of your ultimate and not where they died. Additionally, you have a huge 30-meter radius around you that will revive any teammates for 10 seconds after casting. Simply walk over to where they died and it will move them to your beacon to be revived. Lastly, we can't forget to mention Adam's passive, Regenerative Cocoon. This allows him to freely fly around for a few seconds after death and choose to revive at a location. You do not have to use this, it won't waste the cooldown if you opt out, so keep that in mind. If your whole team has died to a bunch of ultimates, it's probably a bad time to revive. However, if you get picked off by an unlucky headshot, hey, come right back into the action. This is a great passive, and it also ties into his team up, which grants a very similar effect to Mantis and Star-Lord. The only difference here being their cooldown is a bit longer than Adam's once it's used. Before we move on, I just want to take a moment to say if you like this video, I have a bunch more content planned as we head into Season 1, so make sure to subscribe to get notified when that goes live. Now, while I think Adam is very powerful, he can feel pretty situational at times. I usually only pick him when my other support is Mantis or if my team wants to run 3 strategists. He prefers a team that safely creates space and who aren't constantly getting beat on since his healing is limited. So he likes having characters like Magneto, Doctor Strange, Hela, Storm, Black Panther, Hawkeye, Magic, Namor, Moon Knight, the Punisher, Winter Soldier, Wolverine, and of course Mantis and Star-Lord. Additionally, being paired with a strategist like Luna Snow or Cloak and Dagger who constantly pump out healing will always work well with him. Now, another big aspect are maps. Adam can really struggle on certain maps, and if you notice your fights tend to go on for a long time and you're running out of charges, this can especially be evident on convergence maps when you're on defense. So with that in mind, Adam's preferred maps are Royal Palace, Burn-In T'Challa, and Hell's Heaven. If you're playing him with a 3rd strategist, however, his map pool really opens up. He can take advantage of tight corners and pump out both damage and healing. Corners also allow him easy spots to resurrect your team, so with that in mind, maps like Yggdrasil Path, Shin Shibuya, and Clintar are pretty viable as well. Know when and where to pick Adam, Gigabrain your damage splits, land resurrects on key targets, and you will win. Good luck on your games, and thank you for your time, and I hope to see you in the next video.